I just said, hey, we're going to start in a minute, everyone, but I haven't said anything else.
Okay, so Jodi and I are co-hosting tonight together. We're excited to be here. We're both moms, and we're going to celebrate all things moms tonight. And we're going to celebrate you. So if you're a mom and you're on the call tonight, go ahead and put in the chat how many kids you have. We want to see how many moms we have on. So Erin's here with two. Oh, two is a common number. 6 kids. Wow. Awesome. We have lots of moms on here. We're going to get started in just about 30 seconds. If you have somebody you invited to the call and you don't see them on, go ahead and shoot them a message really quick. We haven't started yet, but we're going to start very soon. Okay, let's do this. So I wanted to start tonight by reading a little poem, super short. It goes, for all the diapers that you change, for all the play dates you arrange, for all the trips back and forth to school, for cleaning all the spit up and the drool, why is there only one Mother's Day? You should have at least gotten the entire month of May. And we totally agree with that. In fact, we are celebrating moms in February tonight. We are celebrating you. We are talking all things moms. And we have some cool moms on here tonight that are going to share some stories and their journey with motherhood, and also share their journey with ketones, drinkable ketones. And we're going to share some science, some stories. We also have a fun giveaway. One lucky mom guest on the call is going to win a 5-day trial pack of ketones. And we will tell you how that's going to happen in just a few moments. But I wanted to introduce myself first. My name is Amber Horn. I live in Oregon. I am a mom of 6 kids. My oldest is 25 and my youngest, they're twin identical boys and they're 17. So I had 6 kids fairly close together. My oldest was almost 9 when my babies were born. And I was a super overwhelmed mom. So I found ketones about 18 months ago. Prior to drinking them, I weighed about 100 pounds more than I do right now. I spent a lot of years really uncomfortable, really miserable, and in my bed, not really functioning in life. There were several days when I remember getting the kids up for school. I would get them out the door and I would crawl back in my bed and sleep and just kind of hang out until they got home from school. And then I remember counting down the hours until after school when they would go back to bed, because I just didn't have the patience to handle them, didn't have the desire. I just wasn't functioning well in life. Things weren't going well. And I lived a lot of years like that. And I wanted change so bad, but I didn't know how to change. I didn't know how to have that desire. I was missing something. I didn't have the tools or resources I need. I tried all the things. I tried all the diets and I'd have some success with some of them, but I always seemed to gain weight back and gain a little bit more. And I remember specifically one day, the twins were probably like 1st or 2nd grade. And one of them looked up to me and said, Mom, how come you never hang out with the moms? And I knew exactly what he was talking about. He was talking about all the moms at school, the ones on the PTA, the ones that help in the classroom, the ones that talk in the parking lot. I was too ashamed and embarrassed by how I looked that I hid in my house. I didn't associate with the moms. And it was in that moment that I realized that my kids were noticing too. And that's when the mom guilt really crept in, which only made it a worse cycle for me of overeating and being trapped at home and then more guilt. So it was about 18 months ago when life really changed for me. I found ketones. I was in the middle of my weight loss journey. I was stuck. I was getting back into a cycle of feeling sad and exhausted because I was not losing weight in the moment. And I started drinking the ketones and everything changed for me. My energy, my mood, my desire to just live life. And like, for example, last night I went to my boys' basketball game and at the high school, and I could just freely walk in and not have to worry about like Are people going to notice me? Do I have a place to sit? Is the person next to me going to be uncomfortable? Like all the things that I had worried about for so many years, I didn't have to. I could just go and enjoy their game. So I'm so thankful that I'm drinking ketones now. The energy is incredible. I love the way I feel. And I'm just thankful that I decided to try them because I am so appreciative for my children to have a better mom. So that's kind of my story with ketones. Every day gets a little bit better. It wasn't overnight that all of a sudden I went from feeling miserable to feeling on cloud nine. It kind of takes some time, and I'm there now, and it's super exciting. So my co-host tonight is Jodi Schebe, and I want to introduce her. She is a mom too. She's got 3 kids, but I'll let her give you all the details.
I was like, whoa, what kind of intro am I going to get? This is awesome. Every time I hear your story, Amber, I get more fired up to share this with more women. So I am a mom of 3. I live in San Diego, California. It'd be cool to see where you're all coming from. Let me know in the chat where you guys are listening in from. And I have always wanted to be a mom, right? Like since I don't know, since I was really little, God just put that on my heart to be a mom. I had 3 kids in 4 years. I don't know if any of you can relate. My kids are currently 16, 18, and 20. And when I found ketones, look at this. We got Idaho, we got Texas, we got New Hampshire, we got Sacramento. This is awesome. Moms unite. I just think there's no better group than moms supporting moms and moms encouraging and empowering other moms. I love it. I don't know about you guys, but being a mom was more challenging than anything I ever anticipated, right? It's the best of days and some of the hardest things you ever go through in your life. And a couple of years ago, I found myself just chasing energy, being tired every single day, shaking up like that other cup of coffee at 2 p.m. going, oh, it's school pickup. I had 3 different, I see Dina nodding her head. I had 3 different school pickups. 3 kids who weren't driving at the time, shaking up coffee, going to be like, how am I going to get through homework, Common Core, math in California? How am I going to get through homework? How am I going to get through sports? I was the mom who was like, babe, like, honey, can you like run the kids to their baseball tonight or pick them up from youth group? I'm just tired. Like, I just wanted to take my bra off and put my sweats on come 7 o'clock. Like I was done. Right? I don't know if any of you can relate to that. And I just thought, gosh, I don't get it. Like I've always been a fairly, like my situation, I've always been a fairly healthy person. Like I was eating well. I've always liked to move my body. But I would, I'd hit 40 and I was gaining some weird weight. I was having some hormonal shifts and I legit was just chasing energy. And I thought, I guess this is just the way it is when you're a mom of 3 teenagers at age 40. And then someone introduced me to ketones and literally changed my life. It was like a light bulb went on in my brain. Maybe you can put in the chat if you've never tried them before, just put never. If you've been drinking them, let us know how long you've been drinking them. And if you've been drinking them, let us know your favorite benefit so far. So from day one, it was like a light switch went off in my brain. Like I had focus. I could find words easier. I wasn't walking out to the garage going like, what did I come out here for? Has that ever happened to you guys? At 7 o'clock at night, I wasn't putting my sweats on. I was saying, babe, I've got the carpool. I can do it tonight. I still have energy. I started sleeping better. My mood was better. I'm very Italian and I can get very loud. And my husband was noticing, he's actually sitting by me. He was noticing that all of a sudden I was in a way better mood. And that was like a huge. Do you
want me to tell you what really happened?
Do you want his point of view for 30? He gets 30 seconds. That's it.
30 seconds. Listen. So when we first started drinking ketones, she didn't tell me what she was doing, but she's like, I'm just taking this stuff. Let me just not tell you what it is. So here's the situation. We're at dinner and one of our kids reaches for a glass of water and knocks it over. And being the Italian that she is, she kind of like lost it. She was tired. She just was at her wit's end and just like yelled at the kids. This is before ketones. After a week of drinking ketones, the exact same thing happened. And we all kind of just braced ourselves. And she's like, no, honey, I got that. Let me help you clean that up. And I'm just like, I don't know what it is you're taking, but please don't stop because you have way more patience.
Yeah, he's like,
you're a better mom.
Did you dent the car or something? Like, is there something you're not telling me? Like legit, he had no idea what I was doing. And honestly, you'll hear this part of my story a little bit later in the call. I didn't tell him. One, we just had no money at the time. So I didn't tell him I bought this stuff, right? It's not very much money. It's not very expensive, but for us at the time it was. So I didn't tell him. And two, I was super skeptical. Like I really was skeptical. Like I said, I was into health and fitness. In fact, I even have a background in some ingredients and supplements. So when I found ketones, I mean, I kind of wanted to call BS on it. Like the girl who introduced it to me, I'm watching her like lose her cravings for sugar. I'm watching her run circles around her 3 kids at the time, one of them being a baby. And I'm just like, let me kind of test drive this out. And then I'm a real geek with science. So I dug into the science. So I just want to kind of share with you because I saw a lot of nevers. Raise your hand, all you nevers again. I want to see that in the chat who have never drank them. So ketones, it's a powder and you can put it in water and ice and you shake it up and it puts you into a state of ketosis. So all ketosis means is there's ketones running in your body. Look, your body can operate off two fuel sources, glucose or ketones. Hey moms, I got a really interesting science geeky fact for you. When you were pregnant with your babies, your own body started to produce ketones to help your baby's brain development, no matter what you were eating. That to me is so darn cool. So we have a product that is patent protected. By the way, if you see anything else that says ketones, it's not bioidentical to what your own body would make. In the past, the only way to get ketones into your body would be to do a very strict keto diet. Who's heard of that diet? It's like no wine, no popcorn, no chips, no bite of your kid's birthday cake, no goldfish from their lunches. That wasn't for me. It's very hard. Yes, Alexandra, it's very hard to achieve. You can't sniff a banana. Nope, absolutely not. It will knock you out of ketosis. And on that keto diet, it could take 4 or 5 days to actually have your own liver make ketones. So I'm like, wait a second. Okay, so I don't have to do a keto diet. The other way to get ketones in your body in the past would be to fast, which means you don't eat. Remember, I told you I'm Italian. I don't know what that looks like. Like that to me wasn't going to happen. So when I heard that this powder, by the way, this was funded and developed for Navy SEALs about 11 years ago to put them in ketosis. Why? Because you have 30% more oxygen in your cells. You're not as hungry. You don't crave carbs and sugar. All of this, if it's good enough for elite Navy SEALs, think about what it could do for us moms. Because I kind of think we do more than Navy SEALs. Maybe not, but I mean, Katrina's laughing. I just know that us moms, we do all the things. So here's the best part about this. Like it works 100% of the time. It comes in all different flavors. These are decaffeinated. Some come with caffeine. It's 100% guaranteed. If you drink this and you were to draw your blood, I told you I'm geeky, it would show you have ketones in your bloodstream. Like, whoa. So like, as I'm researching it and as I'm having that experience, and as I'm realizing 100% money back guaranteed, by the way, like, because I was skeptical, I was beyond excited. And I couldn't help but start talking about it. So I was like, kind of curious on how it would work for my sister, how it would work for my mom, how it would work for my dad. And actually my friend Kary's on here because I think one of the first people he ran to was his mom. And so I'd love to have Sherry hop on and kind of share her experience and Kary kind of introduce her and what your experience was like on ketones.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Jodi. So hello, friends and people we don't know or we haven't met yet. My name is Kary Nguyen. I live here in really windy and cold Vegas today, but that's okay. It'll be 90 tomorrow, so we'll be fine. And this is my mom. And when the idea behind this call came up about being able to talk to moms, like right now we have so many young moms, like especially within our community, we have a lot of young moms, your kids are still young. I'm 34 and I'm still a baby. That's according to her, like I'm still the boy. And I'm always going to be that way until, you know, I got to throw her in a home or whatever the case may be. and so, and dad too, he's over there. I'll put him in a home first at this rate. But, you know, like when a woman that I respected in this industry cared enough about me to say, hey, I don't even have it packed like right here handy. Like, hey, you should try this and you should drink it. And I was hesitant, but I still did it. Why? Because I had a relationship with her. And then once I drank it, once I felt it, and then I couldn't deny the way that I felt, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then my friend Dawn started explaining more to me, plugging me into some resources. And other than my friend Janice, who's on here, who's drank it with me since day one, my first phone call was my mom, because I wanted her to take care of this, like what's happening between her ears. And, you know, for you young moms, it might be energy, it might be just mental clarity, it might be, you know, whatever. If you're a young mom, or if you have kids under 10, like what's your favorite benefit? Like, let us see it in the chat. But for me, I wanted to preserve the quality of life for her. And we got a little bold and crazy with like digging into the research and about how ketones fuel the brain. And then that cycled into meeting Dr. Mary Newport at some of our events. And it's just done so much for my well-being to know that she's fueled. But I'm going to let her talk about herself a little bit instead of just dumping praises on her and parking her wheelchair on her oxygen cord one day. But who are you? Where are you from? And what's
my
your
name
favorite
is
thing about
Sherry
ketones?
Coke. I am his mom. So I am Kary's mom. And I live in Las Vegas. And to just let you know, if he does choose to put me in a home, I will be the mom climbing out the back window. I won't stay there. Alzheimer's runs in my family at big time. Out of my mom's siblings, 4 of them had it severely. The 2 that didn't died younger than them. So we don't know. But I watched them, and I watched my cousins, what they had to go through with their moms and with their dads. And I never wanted Kary to have to go through that. And for me, it was getting kind of scary, because I would say something and he would say, well, Mom, you've already told me that like 5 times. And I'm like, I didn't know if I really did, or if he was just yanking my chain, because I don't trust him 100%, you know. And so it was really scary. And I met Dr. Newport at one of, I think it was
Keto Academy, May 2018.
But I met her. I listened to her, but we were walking through the hallways and I met her. And I had an opportunity to talk to her. And I told her, you know, Alzheimer's runs in my family. Is this going to be good for me? And she said, Alzheimer runs in my family too. And in one of the question and answer sessions, somebody had asked her, well, what do you do? Aside from her story, what does she do for herself? And she said she drinks ketones twice a day. She takes MCT oil. She uses the broth. She does everything that she can to keep her brain healthy. And she said one of the things that's very important, and one of the things the doctor stressed, was start working on your brain when you're in your 30s. Don't wait until you're in your 60s. But also don't think that it can't be reversed. It's not like, oh my gosh, you have Alzheimer's, let's turn it all the way back. But we can delay it, and we can also make our brain healthier. So when I talked to her, you know, we both said, you know, what our families, they got started showing up when they were about 80. And I said, I'm going to fight it. I may get it, but I'm going to fight it every step of the way. She said that exactly the same time I did.
Yeah.
So I identified with her so much, but I love the ketones. And aside from my brain, I like the energy. I like the way I feel. And I like being part of the community.
Yeah, she's gone from a size 10, 12 to a 4-6 over the last 4 years. And now she's celebrating her, how old are you going to be? 71. She's going to be 71. She'll run circles around all of you. And not only do we get to drink these together, but we do get to share this conversation together. And there's nobody I would rather be doing business with than this woman right here, that guy over there, but this woman right here, because we work so well together. And, you know, it's just a major, major conviction. Like, take care of your inner circle, take care of the people that you love, because someone cared enough about me. I had to share it with the people that I love the most, because there's no debate for it. It works 100% of the time. Just got to put it down your throat. Jodi, thank you so much for letting us share. Amber, you rock. And everybody else, is really good to see your faces.
Thank you, Kary. I love the relationship that you have with your mom, and thank you for sharing it with us tonight. It's truly special. But I do have a little secret that I wanted to share. I got it about an hour ago, but you can't tell anybody. I got this message from my son. I don't know if you can see what it is, But yes, I'm not having a baby. I already have 6, but yeah, I'm going to be a grandma, but it's a secret. He told me not to tell anyone. So I'm telling all of you guys, unfortunately, because I can't keep a secret. But I'm so excited about it, but it was perfect timing. Like my heart is pounding and I just feel so full and excited tonight. But I wanted to give away some of these ketones that we're talking about, and we are going to give them away to the guest on the call, the mom on the call, who has the youngest child. So if you're a guest on the call and you're a mom, put in the chat how old your youngest child is, and we are going to give you a 5-day trial of Keto OS Nat. Can someone help me out here and keep track? Jodi, can you see who it is that has the youngest child?
I just saw 5 weeks. Hold on. 5 weeks. Kimberly Buller. Anyone have a baby that's under 5 weeks? Holy moly, Kimberly. I wish I had ketones when my teenagers were babies. Kimberly, wait, let me make sure there's 31 years. Oh my gosh. Amber, I just want to cry, Grandma Amber. Oh my gosh. Or Nana Amber. I don't know. All right, Kimberly, maybe you could put in the chat directly, whoever invited you, send them your address and they'll get it to Amber and me.
Okay, awesome. So this is our main product. This is our Pure Therapeutic Ketones. We also have other support products, and we're not going to go in too much detail about them tonight because we want to keep the call shorter. But I just wanted to mention that it's super important to drink an electrolyte when you're drinking your Keto Nat. This is our electrolyte. It's called Mitoplex. It's an upgraded electrolyte. And we also have a reboot system. We have protein infused ketones. We have lots of other supplements, but go back to the person who invited you to the call and get all the details from them. I know sometimes when you go on the website, it's overwhelming. You're like, okay, what's this, and that? They'll help you out. Don't worry. This is our main product. This is what we want you drinking to start with. And this is the best way to get started. It's called our 10-day challenge box. And the reason why it's the best way to get started, because it has 5 different flavors in it. There's 20 servings, there's 10 caffeinated and 10 decaf. You can take the official 10-day challenge and drink 2 a day. The schedule is on the side of the box, or you can just drink 1 a day for 20 days. It's up to you what you want to do. And Jodi's going to talk a little bit more about the best ways to get started, because we have some pretty cool bundle packs on the website that can save you quite a bit of money.
Yeah, again, and just to reiterate, like ketones will give you better energy, better mood. Like you heard, I didn't lose my stuff. Better focus. You heard that from Sherry. She's talking about cognition. They will help you sleep. I know that I, definitely used to wake up a lot, and they are the single best tool for fat loss. Like I wish there was some magic potion or pill or whatever, wrap, lotion, right? I think I tried them all in my life. There isn't. If there was, no one would struggle with their weight. But I have never seen a product that is the single best tool for fat loss. Put in the chat if you have lost fat on this product, put how much weight you have lost on this product, just so other mamas can see. And not just fat loss, but measurements. Sharon, it's not a weight loss product. If you have fat to lose, it will shift your appetite and you will lose weight. I didn't enter the conversation for fat loss. In fact, I've put on about 5 pounds of muscle since I started drinking ketones. So I don't have a fat loss story. You won't lose weight if you don't have weight to lose. And that's what I love. So people usually get started in 1 of 3 ways, or people fall into 1 of 3 categories. Wow, look at this, 15 pounds, 50 pounds, 70 pounds, Sally. Oh my gosh, Sally is a labor and delivery nurse. I know that. And she's getting nurses all over the world on ketones. But people usually fall into 1 of 3 categories. Maybe you're listening and you're like, you know what? I do want to grab that challenge kit, or I want to grab that challenge kit with the box of Mitoplex. That's a bundle deal right now. You could actually grab up to 3 challenge kits at a discounted price as a new customer. And so that's person number 1. You just decide, I want to buy some ketones and be a customer. Money back guaranteed through the site. It's completely like person number 1 is a customer. We also have an amazing smart ship program. I joke all the time. It's not like those normal auto ships. It's not a dumb ship. I have messed up that word on a Zoom before, so I had to say it slowly. It's a smart ship customer loyalty program. And I encourage every single one of you, if you decide to order as a customer, to put that smart ship on. It will actually give you a discount should you continue to want to receive it in 30 days. If you don't, you can log in yourself and click cancel. If you decide you want a different flavor, you can change it. You're in control of it. It's an awesome customer loyalty program that gives you a free box after every 3 months that you're on it. And it's amazing. Okay, so that's person number one. Then there's person number two. Person number two is the customer who did what I just said and actually put the product on the Smart Ship. And then they're like, you know what? My best friend and my aunt would love this. I'm going to share my customer link, because you all get a customer link, with 2 people. And if they also are on our Smart Ship, again, you're in control of that every month, then your ketones are free. Free, free. You pay tax and shipping, your ketones come free every month. It is the only free product referral program I've ever heard of with any company. So when people say, oh my gosh, it's so expensive, I literally say, is free too expensive? Because we do have a lot of guest calls. Let's invite some people on here. There's no reason not to feel better in 2022 with a free product referral program. Then there's person number 3. Maybe you're sitting on this call. Maybe you've been drinking ketones now for a while. You've shared with 2 people, or maybe you're thinking, this was me. I was thinking, wait a second, I need them free. Like I mentioned before, I had no extra money. That's why I didn't tell my husband I bought them. I don't encourage that. I encourage honesty. But maybe you're like me and you're thinking, I know way more than 2 people. Or you're a little bit entrepreneurial, and like me, I wanted to stay home with my kids, but find a way to make some extra income. And that's when we talk about becoming a promoter with Prove It. We have something called a $1 Keto Club right now, which it costs $1 to be a promoter. And we have systems and simple things to do, ways to get started where you actually profit on your startup. And it's literally been the best decision I've made in my life. I decided to share these about 4.5 years ago. And I'm telling you, like, people just don't feel good coming out of 2020, 2021, and everything our world has gone through. People have gained weight. They're chasing energy. They're looking for a better mood. People are looking for what we have, and they don't know that they can drink ketones. They just know about the keto diet. So I'm so thankful that my friend Katrina shared these with me. She's actually on the call. She's a mama of 4. And I was going to ask her to just kind of hop on and share, you know, what it's been like being a promoter with Prove It over the past 4.5, 5 years.
Hey, Jodi, can you hear me?
I can. I'm so thankful you shared this with me, but I'd love for you to share your kind of business story. It's very powerful.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks for having me on. Hi, guys. My name is Katrina Necaise. I live in San Diego. I am a mom of 4. I homeschool my kids, and they're ages 11, 9, 6, and 2.5. Thank goodness my 9-year-old just took my 2.5-year-old out of the room, because it was crazy in here 2 minutes ago. But yeah, you know, I love what you shared, Jodi, just about you know, why someone would get started as a promoter. And I'd love to just be open and share my heart, if that's okay with you guys, on why I decided to do that. Before I found ketones, I was that exhausted mom. I had just had my 3rd baby, and I was exhausted. I was like at the end of my rope. And I started drinking them, and things changed really quickly for me. My story isn't really a fat loss story. It is more just about mood, energy, and just being able to keep up with life with all of my kids, and just to show up as the best version of myself. But you guys, once I started feeling those changes, I instantly just started thinking of all the moms that I know that could use this in their life too, that could really use better. And that's just how my mind works. And I started talking about ketones, and I just found very quickly that everyone I was speaking with, my mom, my sister, my best friends, they all needed this energy too. They needed to feel better too. Oh, somebody's unmuted. But you know, so the more conversations I had, the more I realized this is something people really need, like Jodi mentioned. And where I was at personally when I got started was we were in a position where we were really struggling to pay bills. And I couldn't just opt in to be a customer. We just didn't have the financial capability for me to take on any extra expenses. So if you're on here and you're in that situation where your finances are pretty tight, make me feel better and type it in the chat. But that's where we were. My husband had been out of work for a while. And like I said, I homeschool my kids. So I wasn't ready to just run out and go get a full-time job and leave my kids at home. Plus, there's always that balance, right? Of can we even find childcare that's affordable? So that conversation was happening at my house. We were at at an impasse, I guess you would say, of needing something that I could do flexibly from home to create income. And the stress was really real at that time. We were on food like WIC checks to be able to buy food. There were many, many times we had to put food back. Like, it was just a stressful time. My husband was actively looking for work and just not finding a job. And so, I thought, I'm going to jump in with 2 feet and share this with others at the hope of maybe helping some people feel better and getting my own ketones for free, maybe making some extra money. And I would say my goals were kind of small. I was thinking really small at that time because I had no idea what this conversation really was and what this community could do, how it could impact people's lives. So fast forward 5 years later, you guys, this is the really short story. But for me, this business has been the biggest blessing I could have ever prayed for. The time freedom that it's allowed my family. My husband's been home full time for 5 years, and this business with Prove It has been the entirety of everything that we pay bills with, everything that, it's financially the most free we've ever been. The ability we have to just be together as a family because of this business is completely life-changing. We have been able to do more, go more places with our kids, invest more time into them. The fulfillment, I would say, is a huge factor for me, just the sense of purpose, because I kind of had felt lost as a mom, if you can relate to that, maybe a little bit. I just felt like every day just blurred together and my sense of purpose got a little lost. And because of this business, I feel this sense of a bigger purpose, more, that I'm able to do more, help more people, have a bigger impact with my life. And I love being a mom, don't get me wrong, but I love having that larger impact on a greater scale. So that's been huge for me. And then lastly, I would say, I think the thing I'm most excited about is just the future of where we're going, working with other moms like all of you on this call and seeing this impact your lives for better. I feel like I'm dreaming bigger than I ever thought possible for the future. Things that seemed like I could never attain, that would be unreachable, are now possibilities. Like, it's insane to say that. So I'm just so thankful that this came into my path. And I would just say to all of you that are on here kind of like skeptically listening, thinking maybe, maybe not, give it a chance, because it could be the best decision you ever make. But that's kind of my story in a nutshell. You guys, thank you, Jodi, for having me on.
No, I will forever be thankful that you actually were bold enough to say, hey, there's an opportunity here. There's a business here. I had no social media. I had no special skills in this type of business. So if you're sitting here going, well, maybe they were Instagram people or TikTok people, not me. I was just a mom who loved the product and wanted to kind of share it. And it's a natural share. You don't have to have any special skills. You don't have to have any social media. Anybody can do this. One of my most favorite things, I don't know about you guys, because I have older kids, but I've gained so many friends from doing this. The community, like, we travel, we take trips, we get on Zoom calls. Like, I'm so blessed. I see so many amazing people just on this call that I would have never known. And I think that's more important than ever as our kids get older and we're not walking into the elementary school, right? Like, how do you meet friends? I think as women, like, finding other moms that are like-minded and just want the best for you is the most exciting part. And, before I joined as a promoter, I, was that parent that was on the phone asking for scholarships for my kids to attend the church camp. And, someone put in the chat, kids are expensive. Yes, college is expensive. Cars are expensive. Life is expensive. What if there's a way to make some residual income in the pockets of your day, whether it's you sharing with one person or 5 people? You just never know where it's going to go. It's a business that's always with you, wherever you are. Whenever you put it down, it doesn't go anywhere. Wherever you pick it up, it's really whatever you want to do with it. And you have a whole team of people helping you do it. So I was so blessed about, I think it was the next year at church camp, right? I was the mom sending all my kids and helping other kids go. So I needed an extra $300 or $400 a month for travel baseball. If that's you, if you need an extra $50 a month, if you're loving it, you're going to talk about it anyway. Us moms, we talk about it. We talk about how to breastfeed our kids. We talk about how to wean them. We talk about how to potty train them. We talk about how to sleep train them. We talk to each other about things we love and things that work. This is just a natural share and people are looking for it. So I would encourage you to get with the person who invited you to this call and just say, tell me more about the Dollar Keto Club, if any of this is sitting with you, like, because anybody can absolutely do this. And there's some great ways to get started right now. Anything is possible. I just know that I've missed a lot of boats in my life. And you guys, some of you have heard me say this before, but I had that thought in my head, like, I don't know if I could do this. And I'm telling you, anybody can. If I can do it, you can do it. And there will be somebody, like I said on this call, going, thank you, Katrina, for changing my life. I'm able to put my kids through college. I never thought I'd be able to do that ever. So whatever it is you're looking to accomplish, maybe it's just that text, thank you for helping me have more energy. I get those every day. Or maybe it's that extra $100 a month. We've got that. And we've got a community of people who are rooting for you. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Amber, Grandma, Nana, Gammy, I don't know what you're going to be called, but I just know I'm so pumped that you're going to be a grandma and you're going to have energy to be with your kids and be with your grandkids. And I just know what this product does. So I'm so stoked for all you people who are going to jump in for the first time, give it a test drive. You got to just try it. If you haven't tried it, then you'll know why we're so pumped and how it's changed our lives. So from my mama heart to all your mama's hearts and all you guys on the call too, I appreciate you guys for sitting in. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Kary, Sherry, and thank you, Katrina. Have a blessed night and stay healthy and happy. And I hope you guys join us as a customer or promoter as part of our community. Thanks so much, you guys. Appreciate you all.